Hey everyone, this is John the Watch Concierge, and today I'm going to be reviewing my Pagani design watch. This is one of the most recent ones to my collection, so I will go over the box first before I go over the watch. I know I do this a lot, but that's because it's for the new people on my channel, or if you're not familiar with Pagani design, I like to show that this is also what you get with the watch. You get the user's manual, an international guarantee card, which is right here, and it's got a 1-year warranty. But yeah, it's pretty much it. It's just a simple box, nothing super fancy, but it does come with a little cushion, so that way the watch comes in safe and does not break. So as you can tell, this is an homage to the Tudor Black Bay stainless steel, and I think they did a good job on this one, although I did pay $142 including discounts on AliExpress, which is higher than what they used to have the watches priced at back a year or 2 years ago. You could get a Pagani design watch for around $80, and now most of their recent models are usually over $100, sometimes over $120. But does that mean maybe they've improved in quality? Yeah, I'm not sure. Perhaps they did. I mean, these bracelets that they've recently done, I think, are quite nice, and you can see it's screw-in and everything. But overall, is it worth the price that they raised? I mean, that's something that maybe you have to say, and let me know in the comments there if you think the prices are getting too high for these Pagani design watches, or if they kept up with the quality improvements. I've got to say that for the bezel, they could still improve these bezels here. This one, you can hear it's got like a cheap sound. I think it's 60 clicks, and yeah, it just feels light and cheap, although it does align pretty well, which some of their other watches does not do with the bezel. And there's not much backplate either, which is also nice. But yeah, the whole case is done really well. It's got nice brush finish with a little bit of beveling on the side there, which adds a nice touch to the case. You can see it's got a nice signed crown, and the dial is done really well too, even being black plain dial with no sunburst effect or anything. I think this is actually pretty good like this, considering the style and look of the watch. I think a sunburst effect on this dial would not really go that well, considering it has this like sportier, more casual tool watch look to it. And the hands and the indices are nicely applied. You've got a date window as well, which is easy to read. The crown is screwed down, so that helps with the water resistance. Although this movement, I believe, is a Miyota movement because it does not hack. So I think they've changed that with some of the watches. There's been a shortage of the Seiko NH35. You can also see here in the case back, there's no exhibition case back, which they've changed for some of their most recent models, I believe. Which is, I prefer actually like this with the decorated closed case back, where you can see you've got the Pagani design, sport, reference number PD-1709, water resistant 100 meters. And yeah, it just makes no sense to me having a display or exhibition case back when you just have a non-decorated basic NH35 movement. So like this, I think it's a lot better. And you've got a very nice clasp too, with a very nice brush finish and a laser engraved Pagani design name. You also get the diver's extension, which you can just pop out and pop back in. But yeah, just a very nice bracelet and clasp, very nice case. And you also have sapphire crystal, which is very common for most of these automatic watches by Pagani Design. And the case size, so you can tell maybe that this watch is a little bit on the chunkier side. That is because it has a 14 millimeters case thickness, so it is a little bit thick, but that's okay because I actually like it the way it is like this. It's kind of got this hefty feel and kind of tool watch look, and it's got a case size of 42 millimeters, not including the crown, so that still works very well for my small wrists. And I can maybe just show you guys here real quick. I'm just gonna take off my other watch, which I just reviewed in my last video. So here you can see how that looks. You can tell the lugs don't extend out or anything too much. I think typically that's the problem, or the lugs, that even if you get like a 44 millimeter case size, sometimes if the lugs aren't too long, a 44 millimeter case size will still look decent on my wrist. And so this one is 42, but you can tell the lugs are nice and a good size. So if they come out too much, like over here, then that's when you can tell the watch is a little bit too big. Let me go ahead and actually show you guys the loom on this thing so you guys can see how well the loom is. And there it is. So a very good loom, although I don't know if it lasts like the whole night or anything. It's a bit hard to tell if it's stronger on the hands or on the indices. I think maybe it's kind of equally strong. Maybe even the indices might show a little bit stronger than the hands. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe, like, check out all the other videos that I have, and leave a comment if you have anything to say about this brand or this watch, or if you have any questions. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.